Hello friends, my name is Paige, and this is my story. I am one of those unfortunate people who have fertility problems. While most people in my life have been very supportive about it, my sister-in-law Camille has not. This story is about her and how I taught her a good lesson. My husband Matthew comes from a broken family. He has absolutely no contact with his mum since he discovered her cheating. Yes, his mum was a serial cheater and took his dad to the cleaners in the divorce. He was 14 back then and perfectly capable of understanding what was going on. Naturally, he wanted nothing to do with her. His father Carl got custody of him and his sister Camille. Camille did get visits with her mum, but Matthew didn't want to see her. I have been with Matthew since high school. His father had relocated to my city just before we started high school. While me and Matthew had a great relationship, Camille hated me with her life. She was always mean to me and even spread rumors about me in school. She always told me, "Don't think you're a permanent, Paige. My brother has lots of girls who drool over him. Back in our old school, he dated a lot of them but never settled. He won't be with you for long. You're no match for him." We'll see about that, Camille. Just because he didn't settle in the past doesn't mean he can't do it now. You should not talk about us in this way. You are a worthless and boring girl. I don't see why he would want to be with you. Besides, understand this, Paige. I and Dad are his priority, not some lame girl who can't even look nice for a day. Camille was smart and kept her innocent side up for Matthew. I did understand that Camille was very manipulative and had the skill of pleasing people in no time. It also didn't help that Matthew always took her side. When I complained to him about Paige, he said,
"Leave her be, Paige. She's the youngest of the family, so she is pampered a little. I guess she is just jealous I am giving you a lot of attention. You know, with the divorce and everything, it was hard on her."
That doesn't give her the pass to insult people, Matthew. She has been extremely out of line. You need to do something. I feel extremely disrespected.
Relax, Paige. You know I love you, and that should be enough. She is immature and young. Don't hold it against her.
Matthew had a hard time reprimanding his sister. This also happened because Carl tried to shield her from everything. Whenever there was a confrontation, she blamed everything on her parents' divorce. Naturally, that made Carl and Matthew extra soft on her. I understood this dynamic very early in our relationship. That's why I tried to stay away from her. However, she never gave up a chance to humiliate me and make fun of me. I think she always saw me as a competition, probably because both Matthew and Carl loved me and considered me family. When I and Matthew were fresh out of college, my best friend Samuel started to date Camille. I was dumbstruck by the information. I asked Samuel if he is sure about her. "Samuel, are you sure about this? I mean, you know how mean Camille was in school. Do you want to stay with someone like this? I don't even know why you guys are dating."
She approached me first, Paige. Camille said she had feelings for me for a while. I guess she stayed away because she thought you won't let it happen.
Well, I can see why she had her doubts, but do you like her that much?
Yes, Paige. I do like her a lot. I think she has changed. I would be happy if you two get along. I don't want to lose my best friend.
Don't worry, Samuel. If you two are happy together, I will be happy for you. I have no animosity towards her. It would make me thrilled to finally get along with my future sister-in-law. While I was skeptical about their relationship, I did want to have a good relationship with Camille. She was my best friend's girlfriend and was going to be my sister-in-law. So I tried my best to reconcile with her. We even went on double dates to establish a good relationship. However, Camille made it clear that nothing had changed. She said, "You must be so jealous right now. You don't have to hide it, you know. I'm not that dumb." What do you mean, Camille? Why would I be jealous? You know, because I'm dating Samuel? I won against you. You stole my brother, so I stole your best friend. I guess you now understand that you are no match for me. Now you will be the neglected one while I get love from all the people you adore. I'm not jealous, Camille. I don't think you are competing with me. I want to get along with you. Camille never wanted to be my friend. She kept her insults to a minimum around Samuel and Matthew. They did reprimand her softly for being mean. However, she was an absolute monster when they were not around, so after trying for 2 more years, I gave up. Matthew proposed to me 2 years after we graduated from school. Camille was very pissed that I got engaged first, so she pressured Samuel to propose as well. I know that because Samuel told me himself. It was just getting childish and petty for me, so I chose to ignore her. They did get engaged and married right after us. Several times she tried to steal the limelight when anyone tried to pay attention to me. I was getting done with her antics, but I had underestimated just how bad she can be. Camille got even worse when I discovered that I am infertile. I and Matthew were debated. It hurts pretty bad when you know that you can't have a child. As I said, everyone was sympathetic about it. However, Camille took it to the next level with her insults. She used to send me jokes about how infertile women are not real women, and even worse. I was extremely depressed and didn't have the energy to fight her. However, she was about to get worse. On my 3rd anniversary, I decided to hold a small party with friends and family. Camille and Samuel were also invited. However, Samuel told everyone that he won't be able to attend. I thought nothing about it till he texted me. He said,
I'm sorry I can't attend your anniversary party, Paige. I hope you can forgive me. I'm not in the mental space to see people right now.
What is wrong, Samuel? Are you okay? I'm worried about you now.
Paige, I don't know how to say this. Camille cheated on me. She's been sleeping with her ex for 6 months. I was away for work and she took the opportunity to cheat. I found out she is pregnant. It's not mine. I'm going to divorce her.
Oh my God, Samuel. You sure about this? This can be a misunderstanding.
This is not a misunderstanding, Paige. I found texts between them. She also accepted that she cheated. There's no way the child is mine since I wasn't home till last week. I'll send you all the proof I have. I won't stay with her anymore. In fact, I'm already talking to a lawyer.
Hearing this made my head spin. I had no idea Camille could be such a bad person. Samuel loved her a lot and she threw away her marriage for her ex. It was bizarre. I was heartbroken for Samuel since he shared just how hurt he is. I couldn't believe the audacity of Camille. However, I didn't want to expose her. I didn't want to kick her when she was down. That was until Camille did something even worse. As we were having my anniversary party, Camille announced that she was pregnant. Everyone was very happy with the news and instantly started to give her attention to her. While I was pretty mad about her announcement, I didn't say anything. Camille took the opportunity to say, I'm so happy that I'm pregnant. Motherhood is something that cannot be described in words.
You and Samuel are going to be great parents. This is such great news.
Yeah, I'm going to have the first child in the family. Not like someone else here can have one. You know, I was so worried that I would end up barren like Paige.
That's not a nice thing to say, Camille. You know she's been sad about this.
Well, she has to get over it now. Poor Matthew. You'll never know the joy of having a child. Samuel was so happy when we went for our first scan. So sad that you can't have that. Matthew and I are going through a tough time. We are happy for your pregnancy, but you don't need to rub it in our face. We are still devastated by the news. You have other things to worry about, Paige. Do you know how many spouses cheat when their partner is infertile? The statistics are staggering. Are divorce papers in the air, Paige? Why would we get a divorce? Matthew and I have a good marriage and we love each other. We are sad, but it's not enough to end our marriage. Damn, I need to send you the articles about infertility and divorce. It'll come in handy soon. Trust me, Paige, no husband will want a woman who can't have children. Maybe next year we will celebrate Matthew's anniversary with someone else. She has absolutely no problem telling everyone how much of a failure I am. Camille humiliated me on my own wedding anniversary. She didn't even stop to think of his brother who was also grieving with our infertility diagnosis. Matthew turned pretty silent and I could see that he was fighting tears. In fact, everyone around the room looked pretty uncomfortable. But that didn't stop Camille from making fun of me. That's when I knew that it was time to get some revenge against her. So I laughed along with her jokes and said, It's pretty funny you mention infertility, Camille. I was hoping we could talk about this in the open. I mean, it's nice we can make jokes about our sad lives. You and I are not very different after all. What do you mean? I'm not like you at all. As you can see, I'm very pregnant and can bear children. I'm a real woman who can give her husband biological children. Can you actually give Samuel biological children, Camille? I highly doubt that, though. Everyone knows you are perfectly capable of having children, but do they know that your husband is infertile? As soon as the words were spoken, everyone snapped their heads at Camille. She just looked very pale and her eyes bulged out of her sockets. I could see the visible confusion on everyone's faces. Camille looked visibly distressed, but tried to play it cool. She said, Why the hell would you say something like that? I am pregnant, so Samuel is clearly not infertile. You are just jealous and spewing nonsense. Am I really spewing nonsense, Camille? Because last I heard, Samuel told me that he is infertile.
What are you talking about, Paige? I know Camille has been very rude towards you today, but that does not mean you can say things like this. What is going on, guys? I don't understand. Paige, why are you saying Samuel is infertile? Camille is pregnant and she showed us the ultrasound.
Yes, Camille is pregnant, but it's not Samuel's child.
Then whose is it?
You can't just say things like that without proof. Camille cheated on her husband with her ex and got pregnant. Samuel texted me yesterday with all the proof he had. He didn't come today because he is busy looking at divorce lawyers.
What? Are you telling the truth? Show me the proof. We need to know everything. I want to know if it's true.
So I pulled out my phone and showed them everything. From the screenshots to Samuel's heartbreaking words, nothing was hidden anymore. Carl and Matthew, along with the rest of the family, saw everything. When I switched off my phone, both Matthew and Carl were enraged. Matthew said, "How dare you insult Paige when you have been doing this behind your husband's back? Do you have any shame, Camille? This is unbelievable." "How could you do this, Camille? Your mother cheated on me and look where that got me. Even after everything you cheated on Samuel, he was the perfect husband to you and still you went back to your loser ex. How could you be so vile, Camille? First you cheat on your husband, then you flaunt your fair child at my anniversary. You are a disgusting human being, Camille. I wish I wasn't related to you." Camille burst into tears as soon as Carl and Matthew launched into their verbal attack. Everyone at the party gave her disgusted looks. All the proof I showed left no room for lies. She was sobbing her eyes out and trying to gain the sympathy card. Suddenly, she started to play the victim to make herself look good. She said, "It was a mistake. I didn't mean to cheat on him. I love Samuel. I know that he can't have kids. I just got carried away with my emotions and made a small mistake." "You call this a small mistake? For God's sake, Camille, you are literally sitting at your brother's anniversary and flaunting your affair, child. What is wrong with you? You are claiming this to be Samuel's child." "This will be his child, Dad. Don't worry. My ex wants nothing to do with me or the child. I'm sure Samuel will come around. I know you and Matthew will support me as well. No one other than the people here have to know about the child's identity." "In what world do you think Samuel would be okay with this? I know the child is innocent, but you can't expect him to stay with you just because the real father skipped town. This is all your fault! I would have somehow managed Samuel. He is my husband and should be responsible for my child. If you hadn't told everyone, no one would have known that I cheated. You're so jealous of my pregnancy that you nuked my life. You're just a jealous and infertile witch. This is why God didn't give you kids." "That's enough. For a long time, I have tolerated your disrespect towards my wife. I always told her to adjust because I cared for her too much. But today, you have crossed all the lines. You have no shame showing up here after cheating on your husband. You didn't even consider my feelings when you revealed your pregnancy and insulted my wife. I'm freaking done with you. I want no relationship with you anymore." "You have done enough damage already, Camille. Just leave. I don't want to see your face right now. Go home and think about what you have done." After some more crying and screaming on my beloved sister-in-law's side, she was kicked out. Camille left our house with tears in her eyes, but she didn't forget to hurl some more insults at me while she went to her car. When she was gone, everyone kind of just deflated. It was pretty evident that no one was in the mood to party anymore. Most of our guests left soon after. However, Carl stayed behind. He said, "Paige, I need to apologize to you. All these years, I had been pretty blind to my daughter's cruel attitude. I always brushed them off and told you to take it easy. Today, I saw just how wrong I was. I'm so sorry, Paige." "Even I should apologize to you, Paige. It was hard for me to look at Camille's faults. She's the baby of the family, so me and Dad are accustomed to spoiling her." "Guys, you don't have to apologize to me. It's Camille who needs to apologize, both to me and Samuel. I talked to him this morning, and he was heartbroken. I'm afraid he won't forgive her." "I don't think he should. Hell, even I'm not sure I can forgive her. My fault was that I spoiled her with my love, but I sure as hell didn't teach her to be a cheater. I never expected this from her. I guess I should apologize to Samuel as well." Carl promised to call Samuel the first thing in the morning. He left after talking to us for some time. I also apologized to Matthew for publicly revealing the affair. He said that he didn't mind. Camille was the one who started it, so me and my husband are good. The next day, Samuel called me and thanked me for informing everyone. He was too heartbroken and distressed to talk about the affair, so it helped when I did the job for him. Camille keeps calling and demanding him to accept her with the child. Something about the child being innocent? But she knew who the father of the child was, so it's not like the child wouldn't know the dad. Just because her ex upped and left, she wanted Samuel to take the fall. Camille also tried to get in touch with us and Carl. She kept calling us to scream at me for ruining her reputation. Matthew told her that it was all her fault and she was the one who started to publicly insult me. That pissed her off even more. She showed up at Carl's house when we were there. She said, "You guys cannot abandon me. I'm your family. You're choosing Paige, who is just an outsider." "Well, she's not the one who cheated on her husband and betrayed our trust. You know what you did was unacceptable. If you thought I would praise you for cheating, you are wrong." "I cannot believe that you're not taking my side.
Parents are supposed to love their children no matter what. You can't call yourself a real father. You're just a deadbeat dad. How dare you say that? He's always been an excellent father. Both of us spoiled you beyond reason. Now you are calling him a deadbeat because he won't support you for cheating? Don't tell me what to think. You don't know anything. You will never be a father anyway. That's it. We've had enough of your horrible behavior. So far, I have kept my cool, but you have crossed the line. Get out and don't come back. I will only consider a relationship with you if you get therapy. And I won't be helping you out with the child. Don't even think about it.
Camille was then promptly kicked out. Carl was sad to be away from his future grandchild, but realised that Camille needs to be taught a lesson. He promised to come around for the child, but not until Camille showed real improvement. Matthew straightaway told Camille that she was dead to him. A few months have passed since the entire incident. Currently, Camille is on her way to get divorced from Samuel. We live in a state where cheating is taken seriously. With all the evidence produced in court, Samuel is close to winning the case. They will get divorced soon, and Samuel will have nothing to do with Camille anymore. The court did order a paternity test, which came back negative, so there are no doubts that Samuel is not the father. Camille is very pregnant right now, but isn't getting any sympathy from people. Matthew and Carl refuse to talk to her and don't want any relationship with her until she gets therapy. Camille has been begging and crying to everyone for money and help. She never worked a day in her life, so this new situation was a big problem for her. From what I see, it seems like she has to get a minimum wage job to get by. Of course, neither of her family members are going to help. So far, Matthew is being strong, and we are focusing on helping Samuel heal from the affair.